Yeah, right now there's actually a second audit ongoing with the AG's office as well as the state auditor's office to figure out what happened to lead the state to mishandle tens of millions of dollars worth of COVID relief money. This audit will also help determine if any of the conduct was criminal.
I do think it illustrated that we as a state absolutely failed in the administration of the GEER funding.
Attorney General Gettner Drummond reacting to a 256-page report released by State Auditor Cindy Byrd that said $30 million of federal COVID relief money was misspent. Almost a third of that alleged misspending was for tuition assistance and education expense account programs. Those programs, according to the report, were overseen by Ryan Walters, who now is the state superintendent. After all this is done, and there is a criminal level, and if Ryan Walters is named as someone who may be responsible, would you be willing to bring charges against someone as high up as that, even as high as the governor, if it went that far?
The Constitution and the statutes of Oklahoma empower the Attorney General to do the right thing. And I am not going to pull a punch because somebody's a multimillionaire or an elected official. I will do what the law and the facts lead me to do, irrespective of your position.
Walters has said the audit, according to him, the audit reads this way, that ultimately third-party vendors, in one case would be Class Wallet, is the primary responsible party that mishandled money to folks who shouldn't have gotten it. Would they face charges sooner? I mean, what's your view on those groups?
I fully investigated Class Wallet. It did exactly what we told them to do. So there's no culpability by Class Wallet. That's a convenient excuse, and the lawsuit filed in the fall was political cover. It's bunk.
But while talking with KOCO 5 on Thursday afternoon, Walters stood by his position that blame lies with vendors, not him or the state.
We had a vendor that didn't abide to their end of the contract. And this is part of what's so important as we continue to move forward is vendors have to be held accountable. They have to know when they do business with the state of Oklahoma that they will abide by their end of the contract.
And Drummond expects this second audit, this investigative audit is what it's called, to wrap up sometime in the fall.